The new world order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report, man. Shit is getting real in the field with this COVID-19 situation in the United States, yo. We're talking about 4,591 deaths within the last 24 hours. We're talking about 31,000 new COVID-19 cases within the last 24 hours. And then you're talking about worldwide, the death toll is actually about 145,000, according to data accumulated by and put out and compiled by Johns Hopkins University. So right now, the government is looking at how they're going to respond. Trump actually went against what he said last Monday, basically saying last Monday how he was talking about he has total control over the government as far as like governor's responses. Now he's talking about how he's leaving it up to the governor. You know, he kind of switched a couple times on that scenario, but nevertheless, that's a lot of people. He's saying some states are worse than others, so you know certain parts of the economy can reopen. A lot of people warning that that's dangerous. You know what I mean? And that there's a lot of testing and social tracing capacity that needs to go on, you know what I mean? And that's code for basically that fucking surveillance system that we all trying to avoid. There's green wall graduation. The new world order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So over in New York, they actually have had 606 people die in the last 24 hours. On Thursday, 606 people passed due to COVID-19, bringing the total death toll in that state alone to over 12,000. Now, we keep that in mind, but at the same time, the hospitalizations have actually been lowering apparently. So people feel like their measures are working. As of 8 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock Friday, they actually will be a mandate for all New Yorkers to actually have to wear face masks if social distancing is not possible when out in public. So keep in mind though, at the same time, the biggest single hotspot in the U.S. for COVID-19 right now is the Smithville pork factory in Sioux Falls, South Dakota that I've been telling y'all about. Now, at the same time, the Center for Disease Control, they're actually launching an investigation over there. 730 cases of COVID-19. The governor of South Dakota, Kristen Noem, refused to actually put any like remain at home orders in, but the mayor of Sioux Falls actually put a shelter in place order. So we'll see how that turns out. Green wall and graduation. The new world order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. You know what I'm saying? It's a little chilly out here though, but make sure you check out blackfilesnews.com/shop, man. You can get yourself some gear like this or in different color shapes and sizes or whatever, you know what I mean? And definitely contribute and support to the movement, you know what I mean? The voice for the people, man. We speaking for y'all and we giving y'all the real, you know what I mean? Now, but we appreciate the follow. You can actually find a link for it in any one of our YouTube Black Files News videos out there in the net. Now check this out. Over in California, you have St. John Health Center in Santa Monica. There was actually 10 nurses that were suspended for basically refusing to treat any patients without N95 masks and other protective gear. Over there in Michigan, I mean, I told y'all yesterday how them wacko crackers was actually like down there surrounding the state capitol. Some of them with guns and all of that, protesting Gretchen Whitmer's, the governor's move to like, you know, try to order residents to stay at home. Now, same time now you got Republican lawmakers up there putting up bills trying to take her power away from being able to do that. She says she's going to veto the shit. Also in Washington State, though, Boeing is actually allowing 27,000 employees to come back go back to making airplanes. This is the first large-scale attempt to like resume operations in the U.S. So we'll see how that turns out. Green wall and graduation. The new world order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So the Small Business Association actually has announced that they exhausted the $349 billion that was allocated towards their loan program, their business loan program, the Paycheck Protection Program. They actually said they're not going to receive any more applications until Congress actually approves more funding. Now, the Secretary of Treasury is actually Steve Mnuchin. He actually is pushing for like $250 billion for a new stimulus package to provide relief for the small businesses. The Democrats, though, a lot of them are like pushing for actual they want any new release package to come with like 100 billion for the healthcare workers and 150 billion for like state, local, and tribal governments. So it look like one way or another we're gonna end up having another stimulus package. You know what I'm saying? Green War and graduation. For the other new world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So the USAA, this is a giant bank that actually serves like former military members and their families. They actually said they're no longer seizing any of the stimulus checks that were going out. You know, because some of y'all been getting y'all stimulus checks, you know what I mean, whether by direct deposit or by mail with a check with Trump's name on it. You know, he's been fighting to get his name on all of them shit. Sidebar. But nevertheless, there was a story that was put out, reported by the American Prospect that showed a disabled veteran actually having $3,400 of the stimulus check actually rerouted towards a CARES Act payment. So also ProPublica, shout out to them or whatever, they actually have a story talking about how in like Georgia, Oklahoma, Alabama, Louisiana, they actually dozens of reports of them actually kicking out their tenants, you know what I mean, and doing evictions when Congress last month passed with that relief bill clauses for like there to be no restrictions. They provide the money for the small businesses and all of that for that. So you know, that's going down. Green War and graduation. Everybody trying to take advantage, man. Don't take advantage of your people. Do right by your people, man. We all human people, man. Don't get fucked up out here. Green War and graduation. The new world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. You know what I'm saying? Sun's still in the way, so I'm switching at the angle, you feel me? But you can see that logo. Make sure you go ahead and check out blackfoxnews.com/shop. You know what I mean? You can find gear like this and other stuff that like support the movement. You know what I mean? Raise the consciousness of yourself and those around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can actually find paraphernalia like that. No safe colors and sizes. blackfoxnews.com/shop. You find the links in all of the video, the YouTube video of Black Fox News or whatever in the video description. Now check this out though. United Health Group, for-profit health insurance company. You know, even as not the demand for non-essential medical treatment is actually like, you know, plummeted. They actually have turned a profit, a real good profit in the first quarter of 2020 with 160 million in profit. They actually had a 3.4% year-over-year increase in earnings to like $5 billion. So they, according to Wendell Potter, like this former health exec, he was on Twitter basically saying that you know, they said profits was so good that they're gonna actually they still plan to make what they were predicting and aiming for back in December. Now, you know, basically they're thriving through this coronavirus pandemic. You know, how you couldn't predict the job loss, and that raises a question: like, how did they still even make those numbers, or how are they still gonna expect to make those numbers? I mean, that either means that they knew something about the pandemic and like prepared for it or whatever, or they didn't know and they just gonna make them anyway, which would then mean like they're not. Are they really profiting? Like what about like when they're insuring for like essential medical treatment? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, aren't they? Are they not? Wouldn't they make more than what they predicted? Which would be like, well, why aren't they? Are the cases of viruses like being exaggerated? Like, you know what I mean? What's going on out here? Green War graduation. For the new world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, of a report that was put out by like two grassroots workers' rights organizations actually said that and at Amazon, these Amazon warehouses or whatever, they're likely to see like an exponential increase in coronavirus disease 2019 cases. You know, that SARS-CoV-2, that Rona. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact that out of the 110 Amazon facilities all throughout the country, more than half of them have like reported cases of COVID-19, and none of them are shut. They're not. A lot of them aren't shutting down. So keep in mind that Jeff Bezos actually seeing like he actually said that in response, he actually told shareholders that he's going to test all employees. And that's at least what he's considering. As far as the Amazon, though, they're doing like really well during this coronavirus pandemic because their stock is going up. Jeff Bezos' personal fortune went to 40 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he doing crazy, stupid numbers. Also, as far as in France, they actually was a court ruled order put in place to where Amazon actually has to shut down all of its warehouses and reassess their protection for their employees. Green War and graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So more on how the world is reacting to this coronavirus pandemic, of which we are like, weeks, months in actually, definitely in the U.S. At least a month in. Now here we are with China actually having this economy that shrank by 6.8%. Now this is in the first quarter of 2020. Now this is the first time there was anything but an economic growth in the last 50 years. That's 50 years of uninterrupted economic growth for China. Nevertheless, the numbers that they actually reporting on regarding coronavirus deaths in Wuhan, China, the initial epicenter of COVID-19, actually those numbers jumped by 50% to being about 3,900. Nearly 3,900 people actually died in Wuhan, China, a city that was actually on nationwide lockdown, city of 11 million people. So those are the numbers over there. Also in Brazil, you see they playing funny style. President Jair Bolsonaro actually abruptly fired Public Health Minister Luis Henrique Mandetta after he repeatedly urged people to practice social distancing. This is Bolsonaro, somebody that really thinks this is some bullshit. So you have a Green War and graduation. Oh yeah, and 9 out of 10 beds in Rio de Janeiro in emergency hospital facilities or whatever are taken up. So they're experiencing a swelling of like hospital cases. Green War and graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So a lot of disrupting of like healthcare systems in countries around the world and trying to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Al Jazeera actually had this report talking about how like Guatemala, the communities, indigenous rural communities out there, whatever, they have a very fragile healthcare system that they feel like is going to get rocked by COVID-19. Over in Venezuela, you actually have hundreds of migrant workers trying to return home to Venezuela after like the jobs in their neighboring countries have shut down, and they reporting that like they've been put in these like these overcrowded kind of janky quarantine facilities where they feel like this disease is still going to spread. Over in Chile, I'm on South America, or Central South America, but over in Chile, they're actually keeping anti-austerity protests going. This Friday, over there, you actually had people on their balconies while under a remain-at-home order, like protesting, demanding the release of mass of protesters and activists arrested during these mass protests. Green War and graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Nigeria, the Nigerian National Human Rights Commission actually reported that there have been 18 murders by security forces due to them trying to enforce social distancing. So it's getting crazy out there for a country that only has 13 COVID-19 deaths. I guess this is trying to nip it under the bud, but the commission reported that there are over 100 incidents of human rights violations in 24 of Nigeria's 36 states. Green War and graduate. The World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Leila Althea Fenwick, back in '56, this woman was actually the first black woman to graduate from Harvard University Law School, and she was actually admitted and allowed to come in, and back in '54. As one of the only a handful of women and the only black person there, whatever. She actually died from COVID-19 yesterday at age 87. Also, Luis Sepulveda. This is a famous Chilean author known for writing about life in South America. Whatever, actually fled the dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet. He actually he passed as well, 70 years old. Green War and graduation. This COVID-19 taking lives, or at least it's being reported to be taking lives. Green War and graduation. The New World Order Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So y'all remember a few years back when they found out that there was lead in the water in Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Residents of Flint, Michigan today still talking about how there's still lead in the water. Nevertheless, what came out was that the governor during that time, Republican dude Rick Snyder, Vice News is putting out a report that he knew about the toxic lead levels of water this water that ended up like, you know, corroding all of the old ass Flint water pipes once they switched the water system from Detroit to Flint. He knew about the toxic levels of lead like about 16 months before he claimed to have found out, and according to his testimony in front of Congress. So it means he lied in front of Congress about it, like back then when it went down. They found that, which I, you know, could have already told y'all if you go back to BFN World Broadcast number 6, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, it's still a big deal, and you know that. Aside from that corrosion, he also knew about the dangers of switching from one water system to the other, like about a year before he had even done so. So he had even called on the people to do so. So there you have it, more treachery, more snake shit. Greenville and Graduate.